It seems that you are very popular in the internet these days. Would you like to share what's been coming up for you in your internet popularity?
Sure, sure. I'm, I'm Dr. Enrico Melson, Enrico Antonio Melson. That's my middle name. Uh, I wish that I had or could have become very popular at this level and beyond for other things that I have posted over the years. But sometimes it takes a bit of drama to stir up some interest in the public. Well, what's that interest recently has been some events that took place with a person recording me, some comments that I had made, and that the situation has gone viral. And as it's gone viral, people have looked into, is this guy for real? Is he for real as a doctor? Is he a Hollywood actor? Is he a conspiracy actor? Is he coming from the dark side? Is he part of the global mind control? Does he work for the Russians? Does he work for the Chinese? Etc. Is he higher than and worse than a highest level Freemason? Etc. These are the questions that have been coming up. So yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot of things like that. And so I thought it's important for me to respond. First of all, on the question of, am I a real doctor? There is a video or videos that have shown my bio sheet to the public. If you have had an opportunity to read that, to see it and to read it, please know, first of all, that everything that I have put in my official bio sheet is truthful and accurate, because I'm the author of it, and I'm the one who has lived those experiences. I cannot hold, however, to anyone who takes things from that and then interprets it in a given way, distorts things in a given way, and then hurls it back at myself or uses it as part of whatever is their campaign agenda. So if one has had a chance to view that, then it is true. Who am I as a physician? In brief, I have been a physician licensed and trained and educated in the United States with a graduation from medical school in 1982. So I have been a practicing physician for 36 years. I have been through multiple universities in my training, the details of which I was an undergraduate at Harvard, and part of my graduate program in public health was also at Harvard. After that, I finished my master's at UC Berkeley. My medical education consisted of UC Irvine and Stanford medical schools. My graduation and the bulk of my time was at UC Irvine. And I had then multiple years of postdoctoral training in a number of different fields. These things have been delineated on my bio. As I stated, I graduated medical school in 1982, and from about 1984 onward, I began a collateral career, parallel career in telecommunications, international telecommunications. That led me into a number of projects, particularly oriented around helping to bring what we call South-to-South issues of communication into the developing world, the capability to be enhanced for the developing countries of the world to communicate directly within the southern belt. There were some successes along the way, and there were some setbacks along the way, and that's the part of doing pioneering technology. That is part of doing entrepreneurial activities. And that kind of work that I have done since 1984 has continued or had continued in strong force up until just recent years. And then periodically I still do some work in relation to that in terms of providing opinions, providing perspectives, and supporting others who are concerned with technology and communications and the future of our planet and the empowerment of our species, particularly with respect to the underserved and the marginalized people of the planet. That always is there. I offer those things. I am not currently involved in any profit-making formal ventures. For the last several years, I have simply offered my services at no charge to the world that relate to anything in terms of business. So therefore, I'm not an official business consultant. Currently, I hold titles insofar as the ways that I have been knighted and honored by many different organizations or royalties around the world. These are also mentioned in my bio. I have been knighted multiple times. This is true. This is accurate, and there is no exaggeration there. I also have had what you may call a spiritual awakening journey in my life, and that is something that goes all the way back to my early childhood when I was recognized as being somewhat different and sometimes as being very, very different. And in the course of my education, in the course of my living, my maturing, and my serving on this planet, I have also been very much in a trajectory of spiritual awakening. I have been given many titles in that area as well, titles of high honor, and also titles which confer great responsibilities in the spiritual work, humanitarian areas, diplomatic areas, things of this sort. And so, yes, I do have that. I have been called a mystic, a guru, a self-appointed guru, etc., things of this sort. I leave those labels to others to apply sincerely or facetiously or even offensively towards me. But this is a truth as to this process of my life that has been one of a spiritual journey that has taken me throughout the world. I have traveled to approximately 100 countries, and I have functioned in some capacity as professional physician, public health person, teacher, spiritual person, humanitarian, etc., business person in, I'd have to say, approximately 70 out of that 100 approximate countries. So I do have a life that has blended these kinds of main themes, that of a physician, that of a technologist, that of a spiritualist, that of a teacher, etc., etc. Some may call this a modern-day Renaissance person, where what constitutes that phrase Renaissance person is someone who has negotiated multiple paths for himself or herself in the course of their life, and not simply been defined by a singular path of life. It's generally something considered laudatory. It's usually something that folks would admire and look up to. And yet at the same time, if you look closely into the life histories of most of the more famous Renaissance people, so to speak, over the years, you would find that there is some element of controversy in their lives. You would find that there may be tremendous hardships, tremendous difficulties in that person being understood or accepted by the norms of society. They may have certain lifestyle orientations that are quite different, or certain quirks to their character, things of this sort. You may say that as much as there is a light side to their character, there may be that which others might refer to as the dark or the shadow side of their character. So the Renaissance person has her or his portfolio of unusual and impressive accomplishments and diversities, and also at the same time has their portfolios of attacks, challenges to their credibility, accusations, sufferings, struggles, rejections, things of this sort. That is just simply life. Insofar as the attacks that have been accelerating towards me recently, my position is simply this: all that you choose to look at, all that you choose to cite as your sources for your conclusions about myself, my character, my authenticity, I leave that to you. I'm not here to defend myself. I have no desire to do so. It is not in my nature, and it is not in my duty to fight against anyone or anything. It is my understanding that my mission on this planet is a mission of one who is to espouse and to demonstrate continuously unconditional love and selfless service. So those who have demonized me, those of you who consider me with many of these harsh epithets, I simply send you love. I simply send you my permission to think of me however you wish to think of me. My hope for you is that in this permission, that you also give yourself permission, the permission to use all of your intelligence, to use all of your intuition, to know with clarity your own reasonings, your own experience, your own processing of information. May you be best served as yourself. May you know, thus, that the conclusions that you reach are truly your conclusions. You have done your best in processing information. And what are the results of that processing? What you choose to hold, therefore, in your conclusions, in your feelings, in your thoughts. And if that leads to deeds, including deeds against myself or others, may you at least have the peace of mind, heart, body, and soul to know that the deeds that you undertake are such that come from your clarity, your real truth. That is your truth. So I offer myself for that level of clarity, and I offer it as blessing to you, as a physician, as a spiritual being, as a simple man. I simply offer it. So I hope this is useful.